Hi YouTube, this is the Scarlet. In this video, I wanted to go over the possible prophetic meanings behind Comet Ison. I don't know why, but until I made the last video, it never really occurred to me to make this video or to even research this. It was as I was noticing the moon and the sun at Leo's feet on the 4th of September. As you see here, the moon is somewhere. I have to find it. Moon. There it is. Alright, the moon and the sun at his feet, and Ison in front of him. It occurred to me, oh hey, that means later on in the year, Ison is going to bisect the constellation, or go through the constellation. So I thought I would just tick this ahead throughout the year and just, you know, get an idea of where Ison is going to be. Let me just... Alright, we want to make sure that we follow the sun and not the moon, or it'll take us into the ground. And as you see, Ison barely moves. It actually seems to be getting further away from the sun. That's because we're swinging around the sun, and as we swing around, we actually get a better viewpoint of Ison, a more realistic viewpoint, because right now it seems, at the current date, it seems like it's behind the sun. That's because it's on the opposite side of the sun from us. But as the year progresses, and it seems to pull away, the sun pulls out of Leo, the moon drops away, obviously. Ison begins to slowly creep, and you can see it here, it's slowly creeping towards Leo. And we just continue to go, and as it sweeps through Virgo, here comes the moon again. As it sweeps through Virgo, Ison starts to speed up, which is good, because my screen is only so big. And here we are, November, and the sun is going to dip below the horizon. So I'm going to have to adjust the time here, but as you see, Ison gets bigger and bigger. This is November 26th. This is November 27th, and this is November 28th when it eventually reaches the sun. This is the day that it turns around. It's also very late in the year, so in order to see it, I have to make it later in the morning. And this is so weird. After doing a whole video on footstools and possible meaning and could this be a prophetic sign, Comet Ison also kind of highlights a section. It merges with the sun as at the very tip of Ophiuchus's foot. And then, of course, as the year progresses, it turns around. The sun continues on through its normal path and goes away. And it does this until January 7th. It is in the sky and visible by the naked eye up until January 7th. And then beyond that, you're going to need to use a telescope or something. But it's visible for a long, long time. I'm not sure how long, but... and then the sun progresses and keeps going. Now, I don't know much about Ophiuchus. I know that, you know, Virgo, everybody knows Virgo. Virgo is considered, you know, the Virgin. Leo is usually thought to be the king constellation, but Ophiuchus, I have never heard anything about. So, I thought, you know, since we're looking into possible prophetic meanings, I would Google Ophiuchus and get a better idea of who he is and what possible meanings there could be. And as I'm reading the history of Ophiuchus, which is already sort of ominous to me because he's wrestling a snake, it says, there is no evidence of the constellation preceding the classical era. And the classical era is basically Greece. It's 4th century BC, pretty much. And in Babylonian astrology, a sitting god's constellation seems to have been located in the general area of Ophiuchus. However, Gavin White proposes that Ophiuchus may in fact be remotely descended from this Babylonian constellation representing Nera, a serpent god who was sometimes depicted with the upper half human, but with serpents for legs. Mildly disturbing, to say the least. I was kind of hoping for this to be positive, but I would say Ophiuchus is pretty, I mean, it's the 13th constellation, or not, well, that crosses the ecliptic. It's generally kind of an ominous sign, in my opinion, if you believe in any of this stuff. I mean, it could just be a coincidence. I'm certainly not going to claim to be an all-seeing, all-knowing everything, but there does seem to be an interesting correlation with this comet and Ophiuchus, or at the very least, that's merely where it crosses. If you are looking for Comet Ison during the night sky, and you just want to get an idea of what you're looking for, let's see, let's turn on the daylight. Say it disappeared because of the daylight, and then we just go. You want to look before sunrise, and you'll get still a really awesome show. It should be a great comet regardless of its possible horrible. Well, that's neat. Little weirdness there, but wow, and really tall. So I just wanted to share that. It seems like I'm seeing prophetic meaning everywhere, which could just be me, but that's all I wanted to say. Have a blessed day, YouTube.